So you're ready to form your single member LLC in Florida on your own, but you're not sure where to start. This course is perfect in that I'll walk you through all the steps you need to form and maintain your Florida LLC. In this course, I'll be covering these 9 steps by creating a fictional LLC named Line B. It's an online retail store run by one person, you. What will be covered is:
select your Florida business address. Choose your Florida registered agent. File your Florida articles of organization. Create your operating agreement. Obtain an EIN. Open a business bank account. Annual reports.
After that, you should learn how to start and run your remote business as a Florida LLC. But before we dive in, let's cover what an LLC is, when you should begin to form one, the pros, the cons, and all that good stuff. Let's talk about Line B LLC as an online store. Please note this is just an example.
What is an LLC? A limited liability company, or LLC, is a hybrid business structure that has characteristics of a sole proprietorship, general partnership, and corporation. An LLC is the simplest and most flexible business structure for a home-based business to form and maintain. It has the tax advantages of the non-corporation entities and limited liability protection of corporations.
So what does all that mean for you? It means you'll get protection, flexibility, and it's easy to fill out the documentation yourself to form and maintain as a single member LLC.
When should you form an LLC?
You should form an LLC when
you're regularly selling your product or service, you have regular and repeat clients or customers, you're hiring independent contractors or employees, or you would like your business to have its own liabilities, assets, and can operate business bank accounts separate from your personal accounts. What are the advantages of an LLC? The first advantage is legal protection. Compared to a sole proprietorship or partnership, an LLC will protect your personal assets and also shield you against being personally responsible for the LLC's debts or lawsuits. It can be formed by one or more individuals and protects the personal assets of the owners in the event the business goes bankrupt or is sued. LLCs protect owners from being personally responsible for lawsuits, loss of personal customer information, or products damaged by the company. Next is pass-through taxation. An LLC's net income will pass down directly to the individual LLC owners. The owners then report their share of profit and loss on their individual tax returns, meaning you avoid double taxation that exists within corporations. Credibility. An LLC is recognized by partners, suppliers, and lenders as more favorable. The business name will let customers take your business more seriously. Simple maintenance. LLCs require less paperwork, formal meetings, roles, and record-keeping procedures compared to corporations.
Although there are many benefits, there are also some downsides to forming an LLC.
A couple of disadvantages of an LLC are taxation. If an LLC is taxed as a pass-through entity, individual owners will need to pay taxes on their share of the profit and loss regardless if they received a cash disbursement from the company. This may cause an undue cash flow burden on the owners. Maintenance costs. Every year, an LLC will normally need to pay an annual fee to maintain the company status. This increases the cost of having an LLC.
Overall, let me sum up the advantages in a nutshell. The number one reason why you'll want an LLC is for asset protection. To create a wall between your business and your personal assets. Your personal assets are things like your home, car, investments, bank accounts, really everything you own. And in the case that you're sued, they can only go after your business assets and your personal things are safe. What a relief. Other bonuses are LLCs avoid double taxation, are credible, don't have to maintain minutes or reporting, and are easy to form and maintain.
Warning, there are annual maintenance fees.
Okay, now that you know what an LLC is and isn't, let's discuss an important factor, your business address. Let's look at the best options for you.
Step 1. Business address. In this section, you'll learn what business address doesn't work and which ones will work. We'll cover your options of PO Box, home address, commercial or office rented space, virtual office, virtual mailbox.
Your business address cannot be a PO Box, so save yourself the pain and skip this option altogether. So what can you use?
You can use your home address. It's easy and free, but you risk exposing your home to the public for strangers and unwanted visitors.
It might not be the option you want if you care about privacy.
Commercial or office rented space.
Whether you decide to rent or buy an office space will depend on many variables, including your financial state, business growth, and tax considerations.
It'll be a heavy investment and the most expensive option out of this list, so it's important to consider your operational and financial position. Virtual office.
A closer business address might be a virtual office for you instead of your home address.
It's a hybrid between a physical office space and a remote address. Basically, you get the perks of a physical office like renting a conference room, but you can't work there daily and it's expensive.
So what's closer for you if you run a remote business and don't need the physical office space?
Virtual mailbox. The virtual mailbox for Line B LLC will be with virtual postmail.
A virtual mailbox gives you the cushion you want for protecting your privacy by using their address instead of your home, and it gives you a permanent address.
It also allows you to manage your mail and packages online from any device with internet connection. You'll get extra features along with your virtual mailbox like check depositing and registered agent services.
Now, how to get VPM as your virtual mailbox service.
Go to virtualpostmail.com and check out more details about VPM's Florida location. Then head to the pricing page to choose a plan. As a remote business owner, a good plan is the business for you to start. You'll then head to the sign up page and choose a mailbox number. Line B LLC as the name. And if you plan on getting personal mail, check that box. Next, create your login information with username and password. Plus, create your security question and answer. And you'll have to fill out the Form 1583, which is required with 2 forms of identification provided.
And voila! Line B LLC now has VPM as their business address.
Choose your Florida registered agent.
In this section, you'll learn the best option for your registered agent.
What is a registered agent?
A registered agent is a state requirement. They will act as the official contact for the Secretary of State for your business. The state will send your company important compliance information and official correspondence through your registered agent.
What are registered agent requirements? You're required to designate an in-state registered agent when you form your company, as well as maintaining a registered agent in the state in which you formed is an ongoing requirement.
While exact requirements for registered agents vary, there are 3 rules that generally apply.
First rule, the registered agent must be a resident individual or a domestic or qualified out-of-state corporation. Second rule, the registered agent's office address must be a physical address in the state. This means that a P.O. box does not qualify as an in-state address. Third rule, the registered agent must be available during normal business hours Monday through Friday to accept any process of service documents.
Option 1, you can be your LLC's registered agent.
As a pro, technically you can be your own registered agent. But if you decide to do this, there can be some serious downsides. Plus, if you aren't comfortable with legal and compliance processes, then you run a high risk of improper handling and correspondence. On top of that, you can't even go on vacation. Or if your job entails you to be in meetings all day and being away from home, being your own registered agent is not ideal because you need to be available during those normal business hours.
Option 2, you can hire a registered agent.
Instead of being your own registered agent, using a service like virtual postmail can save you time and headache.
Let the compliance, notifications, and legal processing be taken off your plate.
Since we're using Virtual Postmail's virtual mailbox, i.e. business address already from the previous lesson, it comes with a free registered agent service that can be used here. The benefits of using Virtual Postmail's registered agent is you'll get same-day delivery of your served legal documents. You'll also get to protect your privacy by using our address on public records compared to yourself, friends, family, where they'll be using their own private addresses. What if you don't assign a registered agent?
There are serious consequences if you don't assign and maintain your registered agent. The biggest downside is your business can be suspended in the state of its formation and affect the good standing of your business.
You might also incur penalty fees and late fees. File your Florida's Articles of Organization. What are the Articles of Organization?
Articles of Organization legally establish the existence of your LLC in the state of Florida, and they outline the main details of your startup.
These documents contain basic company information such as LLC's name, members, business address, and registered agent, depending on the rules and regulations of the state where the LLC is formed.
The main purpose of the Articles of Organization is to
officially confirm the LLC's existence as a legal business entity, once filed and approved by the Secretary of State. State the responsibilities, duties, rights, powers, and liabilities of each LLC member, and also define the relationship between the LLC and its members. Once your LLC gets approval to operate, it's bound by the laws of the state where it's founded. How to complete the Florida Articles of Organization. Navigate to the Secretary of State Florida website. Then from the homepage, navigate to Start a Business. Navigate under that to Start e-filing. Choose Limited Liability Company since this example walkthrough is for single-member LLC named Line B. Once you select that, you'll be brought to the next page, which is the Articles of Organization. This is the birth certificate for your business, so pay attention to this part. What you'll need is listed on this page, but for this example, we have all the elements such as the business address and registered agent information. Click File or correct Florida LLC Articles of Organization. Now you'll begin the process with instructions if you need it, and once you're good, click the box and Start New Filing. Filing information. Fill in the effective date. You may list an effective date if you'd like the limited liability company's existence to become effective on a date other than the date that is filed by this office. The effective date can be up to 5 days prior to the date of submission or up to 90 days after the date of receipt. The cost is $125 and a one-time fee. If you'd like a certificate of status which shows your LLC is in good standing on records, or certified copy which certifies the articles of organization as true and correct, these are optional.
FYI, most banks require a certified copy to open a business bank account. More on this later.
List the company's name in its fullest, which for this example is Line B LLC. Principal place of business. This is from the last section, which a home address isn't ideal and a PO box is not accepted. Line B LLC will use VPM's address. Mailing address. You can use a VPM business address as the same for mail, but if you want to use something else, you can. Name and address of registered agent. This is public information, so that's why there's an option of the individual name or business. Again, since this was covered previously, because VPM is a business address, it offers free registered agent service for Florida too. So I'll use that information and business for the registered agent information. You can skip the next section unless you need to. Notice of annual report. This is another fee to maintain Line B LLC and costs $138.75. The annual report is due between January 1st and May 1st of the calendar year following the formation. There's a $400 late fee if it's filed after May 1st, so put in a reminder. Correspondence. This is who is authorized here. Name and address of persons authorized to manage LLC. Since it's yourself, put that information as Kevin Johnson. Review all the information and make sure it's accurate.
This tells you what to do next. Biggest takeaway here is do not apply for your EIN until your articles of organizations have been filed, and you receive acknowledgement from the Florida Secretary of State via email.
Last is a payment portal. Create your operating agreement.
What is an operating agreement? An operating agreement is a key legal document every LLC should put together to clearly outline the rules and regulations regarding ownership and structure, as well as the financial and operational layout for the company. Once all the members of the LLC have signed the operating agreement, it becomes official and binds the signatories to its terms.
Note that no state requires that you file an operating agreement with the Secretary of State. Your operating agreement is an internal contract that you'll keep with your company records. Rocket Lawyer Operating Agreement. Go to the website Rocket Lawyer and create an account. It's free to sign up for creating our operating agreement. Please note this is just an example and should not be taken as legal advice. You should consult a lawyer if you have any specific questions or needs. Once you're on the dashboard, click Make Documents. Click LLC Operating Agreement. Choose the state your LLC is being formed. In this case, it's Florida. For this example, our LLC is Line B LLC. Again, our LLC is being registered in the state of Florida. Although in your operating agreement it won't be public, it's best practice to use the business address you have on your articles of organization. In this example, in the articles of organization, it was a VPM address. This is the date when the LLC's operating agreement takes effect. Business purpose is a short description of what you'll be doing. It can be 1 to 3 sentences, or you can skip. For Line B LLC, we simply stated, we'll sell goods online with clothing. Enter the name of one of the members. We're going to use Kevin Johnson. This is often asking for your asset contribution. In this case, it's cash only, my savings. If you want details, you can click Need Help with this question. Input how much money you'll be contributing to your LLC, or if you're unsure, you can skip. Next is your registered agent information. Note that the address cannot be a PO box. This should have been selected. In the previous section on getting a business address, we obtained a VPM mailbox address. which comes with free registered agent services, which we will use here for Line B LLC. The name will be Virtual Post Solutions and the Florida address. And again, this information should match what you have on your articles of organization. For this example, it's a VPM registered agent. Will the LLC operate indefinitely or will it end on a specific date? We're going to choose operate indefinitely with no expiration date. This is voting power for future members for your LLC structure. Let's match percentage and voting power. For distribution frequency, we're going to choose annual. The two forms are manager manage and member manage LLCs. The member manage LLC is a more common default because this means all owners are involved in the decision making day to day. As a single member LLC, you're the owner. Select yes if you want to have officers for your LLC. For now, no is what I'll select because I don't plan on it. The fiscal year will be the year that your LLC maintains its financial records. Often a safe bet is December, but will depend on your industry. If you have questions, you can ask an expert on the right. Final checkout. Then you can choose your plan. The free trial is enough and cancellation information is here. Be sure to download and keep safely for your records and update as needed. Obtain an EIN. In this section, you'll learn how to file for your EIN online, or if you want to mail or fax instead, how to fill out the SS4.
What is an EIN? The Employer Identification Number, also known as the Federal Employer Identification Number, or the Federal Tax Identification Number, is a unique 9-digit number assigned by the IRS to business entities operating in the United States for the purposes of identification. Think of it as your business's social security number.
The cost to apply for an EIN. It's free on the IRS website. There are a few ways to apply, either online, mail-in form, or fax. I'll cover the best method, which is online. Then go over the SS4 form if you want to mail or fax the form. EIN online filing can only be done if you have an EIN, ITIN, or SSN. If you do not have this, you will not be able to file this online and you must file via fax or mail. For line B, I'll be using my social, so online is my method. Go to the IRS website and navigate to the EIN page. Hit Apply Online Now. Read the important information and begin application. What type of legal structure is applying for an EIN? I'll select Limited Liability Company. Continuing on, review what an LLC is and what it is not. Now the details. The section Identity. Tell us more about the members of the LLC. For this, I'll put 1 because as an owner, you'll be counted. And you'll select Florida as the state for business operations. Please confirm your selection. Review more about a single member LLC. Why is the LLC requesting an EIN? Here you'll pick one reason that best describes why you are applying for an EIN. In this scenario, it's a new LLC. So I'll select Started a New Business since I am beginning a new business. The section Authenticate. Please tell us about the responsible party of the LLC. Fill out the blanks with your own information since you'll be the owner of the LLC. And select I am one of the owners, members, or managing members of this LLC. Again, because you're a single member LLC. The section addresses. Where's the LLC physically located? Something to note is that you cannot use a PO box. You can use your home address if it's in Florida. But remember that forming your LLC, it'll be listed publicly as your LLC's business address. An ideal option to protect your privacy is you can use a VPM virtual mailbox address for this. The section Details. Tell us about the LLC. Fill in the blanks with the legal name of your LLC and must match your articles of organization in which you registered your name under. Going to skip the trade name DBA unless you have this. County, state in which you filed to operate your business. The LLC start date. Tell us more about the LLC. Select all that apply to your specific industry. Most of these cases I'll select no. What does your business or organization do? Select the industry that applies and describe what your business does best. For line B LLC, we'll select retail. You will then be taken to this window. Select or specify what applies. For line B LLC, it's selling goods exclusively over the internet. How would you like to receive your EIN confirmation letter? We're going to select Receive Letter Online. Although I went through the online option, I'll cover if you don't have an ITIN or SSN too. Fill out the SS4 and pick to fax or mail it. A tip, fax is faster than mail. How to apply for your EIN by fax. Fax a completed SS4 application form to your state fax number. Next, let's go over how to fill out the SS4 form. The SS4 is for your mail and fax option for your EIN. For line 1, legal name of entity or individual for whom the EIN is being requested. Enter the legal name of the entity or individual applying for the EIN exactly as it appears on the Social Security card, charter, or other applicable legal document. This is required. For line 2, skip the trade name if it's the same as number 1. Line 3, leave this blank. It's not needed for an EIN for your LLC. Lines 4A to 4B, mailing address. Enter the mailing address for the entity's correspondence. We're using our VPN virtual mailbox address. Lines 5A to 5B, street address. Provide the entity's physical street address only if different from its mailing address shown on lines 4A to 4B. Don't enter a PO box number here. Line 6, county and state where the principal business is located. Enter the entity's primary physical location or address of your registered agent. For your VPN virtual mailbox, it's Hillsborough, Florida. Line 7A to 7B, name of responsible party. Enter the full name, first name, middle initial, last name if applicable. So in this case, it's Kevin Johnson. As a single member LLC, the EIN responsible party will be you. And SSN, ITIN, or EIN of the entity's responsible party. The EIN responsible party is a person that goes on file with the IRS when you apply for an EIN for your LLC. Think of the responsible party as the LLC's contact person, where the IRS will send your LLC's mail and correspondence to. For 8A, check yes. And 8B, since it's just you, put 1. And 8C, check yes as this is a domestic LLC. Line 9A, type of entity. We're going to select other and specify it as pass-through. For line 10, select start a business. For box 11, put the date your business started. For us, it's December 1st, 2022. For box 12, closing month of accounting year is normally December. If no employees are expected, skip line 14 and 15. Line 16. Check the one box on line 16. You can match this with line 10. That best describes the principal activity of the business. You must check a box. For line B LLC, it's retail, so I'll check that. For box 17, we're going to specify e-commerce. Use line 17 to describe the principal line of business in more detail. An entry is required in a few words because the IRS wants to know what you're selling or services you're offering. Line 18. Has the applicant entity shown on line 1 ever applied for and received an EIN? Since this is likely a newly formed entity, you'll select no. Finally, include your signature and the date. Step 6. Open a business bank account.
For this section, I'm going to open a Chase Business Bank account because it's my preferred bank. And the most important part to take away here is really the information and address solutions you'll need to open a business bank account, as it's pretty much the foundation anywhere you choose to open your bank.
I'll open the Chase Business Complete Banking. This will be based on all your LLC information. I'm not a customer, so I'll go ahead and click no. Choose the LLC as your legal business structure. Since this is just one person as an owner, it'll be member managed. Ownership type, since it's just you, pick privately held. Again, just one person, so yes. And for this case, not owned by another business. This is the LLC information and documentation that will be needed to finish your business bank account. Line B LLC Business Bank Account. For the legal business name, let's put line B, and suffix is LLC. Confirm this with a checkbox. There is no trade name or DBA, so click no. Pick your tax ID. Use the EIN you got in step 5. Now the physical address. It can be your home address. If you want to use this, go ahead. I'll mark no and use my home address. We're using VPM's Florida location for our business address, but going to use our home address to open this bank account. PO boxes, virtual offices, or UPS addresses are not accepted. Email address, business phone number. Now the financials. Tax year or end date is often December. Choose where and when your business was established. And similar to your EIN, pick your business description for Line B LLC. It's an online retail store selling women's clothing. Here you'll be asked more details about Line B LLC. You'll be asked about your customers, and in the case of Line B LLC, it's individuals. Where will your business customers, services operate from? For now, it's US for Line B LLC. Source of funding. Basically where your money comes from for your business. US. Withdrawal, depositing, and electronic transfers, you can make your best bet. And for Line B LLC, it's new, so I'll pick none. The source of ongoing business funds for Line B LLC will be from business operations, customers, and a loan. For Line B LLC, there are times of flux, which are the holidays. This account will be for operating, payroll, and tax purposes. And the money that will be used to open this account will be cash, personal, and a grant. You'll then have to verify your ownership percentage. For Kevin Johnson, it's 100%, and then review and submit the application.
Other documents you might need are articles of organization, operating agreement, and other formation docs.
A filed copy of your LLC's articles of organization to ensure that your business is legally registered with a state. A copy of your LLC operating agreement. This is usually required to ensure that you are authorized to open bank accounts on behalf of the business. Your federal tax ID number, EIN, the business address where your office is located.
This must be a physical address in the U.S. It can either be a residential or commercial street address. It cannot be a P.O. box. Banks may require you to provide proof of address to ensure you do occupy or own the space.
A mailing address where all your documents, statements, and notices will be sent. This can be any address. A valid ID of the company owners or members. Annual reports.
How to file your LLC's annual franchise tax. It's due between January 1st and May 1st.
Go to the state of Florida website. First step is to enter your document number. To find this, hit Forgot Number, type in your entity name, hit Search Now. Here you'll find your document number in the middle column. Copy that, then go back to the original window and paste over the number. Double check all the information here. Check your EIN. Look over your principal address, mailing address, registered agent information, and officer and director details. Go to Final Review and triple check the information again. Enter your email, sign, then head to Payment. Choose your payment method and fill out the information, then hit Next. You'll finally make it to your payment receipt confirmation and print for your records if needed.
You did it! Let's summarize all the things we covered together.
Select your Florida business address. Choose your Florida registered agent. File your Florida articles of organization. Create your operating agreement. Obtain an EIN. Open a business bank account. Annual reports.
Now you know all you need to know about a Florida LLC and start your business off on the right foot.